this. And to end today's special episode, we're going to go through this is consequence.net. It's the top 50 stoner albums to give you a contact high. Let me know, Chad, if you've heard any of these albums. I went through the list. I've heard an extremely big chunk of them, but some of them I hadn't heard of. These albums, albeit they're not about cannabis, but pair very well with it. So I thought that this would be a great way to end the stream. So it says here, like ketchup and french fries, like peanut butter and jelly, weed and music are always a welcome combination. The pairing fits almost any occasion, from quiet moments of soul searching to uproarious house parties, private epiphanies to the largest social movements of the last 100 years. Whenever great albums are being spun, cannabis finds a place, and wherever a skunky smell hangs over coughs and giggles, music has a way of making things that much better. In celebration of this unbeatable combination, Consequence of Sound, not me, put together the 50 greatest stoner albums from the worlds of pop, hip-hop, electronic, rock, and heavy metal. We present this list not to have the final say. Wait, hold on. Not to have the final say, but in the long tradition of, yo, dude, did you ever think about that has sparked such great conversations and smokeouts from the beginning of time? If there's one thing about cannabis, it's the conversations I've had with people, especially while smoking. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Whether you grind it, roll it, vape it, swallow it, spark up a J, light a bowl, or are just looking for a little contact high to get you through the day, here are 50 classic LPs that will boost you into outer space. Alright. Number 50, Tame Impala, Lonerism. Yep, excellent pick. I love this album. If you don't know Tame Impala, it says here, layered harmonies and throbbing drums on Mind Mischief strike the balance between sedative and energizing. The euphoric rise and fall of Apocalypse Dreams is as dreamy as it is epic. And Standout hits Elephant and Feels Like We Only Go Backwards are undeniable anthems suitable for many smoke sessions. If you follow me on YouTube, I do have a my concert video. I recorded that. It's for Apocalypse Dreams. I recorded that Tame Impala performance back in 2014. Check it out. Just go to the video section in YouTube and just scroll down. You'll eventually find it. And check out my other videos too. I have a whole bunch of videos there that I think you'd like. So yes, check them out. Number 49, Warren G. Regulate, G-Funk Era. Excellent album. This is one album I didn't know about. Number 48, Ween. I guess it's Quebec. It's Quebec by Ween. Number 47 is DIIV, and album's called Ocean. 46, I don't know that album. 46, Circulatory System. Same name, Circulatory System. Very nice album artwork. Really love it. Number 45, Monster Magnet, Power Trip. Okay, I can see that. Number 44, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Nonagon Infinity. Number 43, Corn Bing, The Universe Smiles Upon You. I recommend this album. Definitely. Hell yeah. I mean, I probably have like 3 albums up until this point now. Excellent. And I think that as a debut album, albeit they are a lot slower than other bands and it's mostly instrumental, but I highly recommend Corn Bing. Boris, Pink. Nice. Jamie XX in Color, we're at number 41. Excellent album as well. Has a lot of upbeat tracks to it that definitely go well with smoking. Yes. Number 40 is the Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I mean, there's so much already said about this album, so I'm not really going to go into it, but great sesh. Great smoke sesh album. Maybe not all the songs on the album. Some songs are very heartbreaking. I don't think you'd want to smoke a join and listen to the X Factor. But I mean, it depends on your mood. 39, Dave Matthews Band, Crash. Not a fan. But that's just me personally. Again, I'm going through this list and it's again just speaking for myself. Chat, you let me know if you like any of these albums, if you like Dave Matthews Band. Me personally, I don't like Dave Matthews Band. Not a fan. Number 38 is Bond Gripper, Satan Worshipping Doom. Oh wow. I love that name. Hell yeah. Number 37, Slow Dive, Suvlaki. I guess this is a shoegaze. Number 36, Outkast, Stankonia. I went to Coachella in 2014 and I was able to see them live. It was their reunion concert. The first time they reunited after many years of not playing as Outkast, and it was pretty awesome. It's a pretty great experience. They headlined that year and it was pretty awesome. Deftones, Around the Fur, number 35, perfect album. Love it. Love this album. And they are a California band as well, so shout out to Deftones. Pond, Man It Feels Like Space Again. Coming in at number 34, and they're an Australian psych rock group. I'm gonna check them out. I don't know who they are. Neil Young, nice. This album is great. Harvest, highly recommend. One of his best. I would have put this album more towards like the top 10, but again, it's not my list. But number 32, J Dilla, Donuts. I love J Dilla. We listen to a lot of J Dilla in this house. Another great album here. Number 31, Beach House, Depression Cherry. This is actually my favorite Beach House album. I saw them on this tour and it was just so magical. Loved it. But this is, I love this album, and I agree, this is a great smoke sesh album. Indeed, especially for a nice, beautiful afternoon. Oh, or morning, but with that sun out. Just beautiful. You're smoking that joint. Oh, dude, this album is... Shout out to Beach House. All right, number 30, we got Caius, Blues for the Red Sun. I'm a huge blues fan, so a huge jazz fan as well. Huge jazz fan. So yeah, I would love to check this album out. I don't know who they are, but it says this is more of a stoner rock. Okay, so it locked down many of the stoner rock linchpins in that LP. The desert psych imagery, the weed references, there's a song called Green Machine, and the knack for repetitive blues-inflected riffs played with the heavy might of physical graffiti era Led Zeppelin. Interesting. Okay, number 29, Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique. Nice. I would have actually added to this one, if you don't want to go through like their whole discography, I would have added the Science of Sound, and that's like their greatest hits album. Yep, makes for a great smoke sesh album. Spiritualized, coming at number 28 is Spiritualized. Ladies and gentlemen, we are floating in space. Actually never heard this album before. Number 27, My Bloody Valentine, Loveless. Nice. Okay, okay. Animal Collective, Merryweather Post Pavilion, coming in at number 26, and it's crazy because I love this album artwork. Yes. My Girls is in this album. It's one of my favorite Animal Collective songs. They do this. In case you don't know, Animal Collective, the frontman is Panda Bear, but they do this camping. Like 2-3 days where it's just Animal Collective and like festival of sorts, but it's like camping and it's only a limited amount of people and whatnot. I've never been there, but I know people that have, and they've told me that it's a trip. Number 25, Björk, Post. This is the only one I'm going to read because this is my favorite artist of all time, my favorite musician. I collect things about her. Like I buy her albums. posters, the whole shebang bang. I'm not consumed with her celebrity part, but her as a musician, an artist, dude, like just no one does it like Björk. And I'm surprised they put her on this list, but this does make for a great smoke sesh album. Her last one too as well, Fosora, perfect for smoking a joint too. But it says, if there's a Björk album to spin during a smoke sesh, it would definitely have to be Post. The Icelandic avant-gardist sophomore album showcases some of her boldest work, alternating between genres including industrial, ambient, electro, and jazz. The iconic scream on the opening track, Army of Me, sets the tone for its pleasantly chaotic vibes, and Björk's surrealist lyrics are conveyed with plenty of emotion. Post is eerie, but in the best way possible. You never know where the journey will take you. Yes. Oh, makes me so happy. All right, number 24, we have Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Excellent smoke album. Come on, excellent. The name says it, The Chronic, bruh. This is West Coast right here. Hell yeah. All right, number 23, I Hate God. Take as needed for pain. I've never heard of this, but I will definitely be listening to this as soon as I am done. I don't know anything about this group. It says the longer songs that push 6 or 7 minutes, album opener blank, and the excellent title track. I'm reading about Take as Needed for Pain. Are the most stoner friendly with their repetitive grooves and low and slow swing, balanced in the tracklist by crustier stompers and pit turners such as Shoplift and $30 Bag. Okay, I'm gonna check them out. Number 22, Pavement, Slanted and Enchanted. Pioneers of Gen X slacker rock. Never heard of them, but we'll definitely check them out. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a highly recommend. D'Angelo, Voodoo, coming in at number 21. From beginning to end, top to bottom, this album, yeah. Please check this out. Whether you smoke, whether you don't, if you haven't heard this album in a very long time, dude, check it out. This is an amazing album. If you think his first one is great, bro, Voodoo is just, it's on another level at this point. Number 20, Cockatoo Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas. Excellent album. Great band as well. 19, Grateful Dead, Live Dead. I am surrounded by deadheads at this point. So I don't really like the band like that, but I've heard so much about their history and I've heard their music and stuff because a lot of the people I hang out with, they love Grateful Dead. Like they're like, yeah, they like really, really love them. Okay. Number 18, Erykah Badu, Baduism. Another round of applause there. This is 10 out of 10, excellent smoke album. But then again, all of Erykah Badu's album are perfect to smoke to. So, highly recommend. Hell yeah. Yes. 17, Funkadelic, Maggot Brain. Yes. From beginning to end. 100%. And you'll feel funky at the same time too. Another great album. Number 16, Sublime, 40 Ounces to Freedom. From beginning to end. Number 15, A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Martyrs. Wow. Okay. Alright, they're knocking it out the park with the list. Alright, I'm anxious to see what's left on the list at this point. 14, we have the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced? Excellent album. Radiohead and Rainbows, number 13. That's actually my favorite Radiohead album. I absolutely love it. I like it way more than I like Kid A. I like it way more than I like what's it called? It just slipped my head, but not Hail to the Thief. The other one, the one with Paranoid Android and that one. I like this album a lot more. Such a lively album. Hell yeah. 12, The Brian Jonestown Massacre. Take It From the Man. Never heard it. I'll check it out. Number 11, Sigur Rós. I would have never thought that they would have put this album, but then again, they surprised me when they put Björk. But Sigur Rós is he's also Icelandic as well. Makes amazingly beautiful music. But I never thought that he would be on a list of a great album to smoke to. But yeah, this is a very beautiful album right here. Number 10 is Casey Musgraves, Golden Hour. I have no idea. We'll definitely check her out. Number 9 is Sleep, Dope Smoker. All right. I don't know who this is. Definitely check them out. Number 8, Mad Villain. Mad Villainy. Just remember to... It's all caps when you spell this man's name. We love you, Doom. Rest in peace, but long but never forgotten. Long gone but never forgotten. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. This album is... This is a masterpiece. Of course it had to be included on this list. This is just a masterpiece from beginning to end. The production, the lyrics. I mean, it's Doom and Madlib. Come on now. Number 7 is the Beatles, Revolver. Me personally, I wouldn't have added this to this list. I don't understand why it's here. Oh, number 6, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Okay. I don't know if I would have put it so high up on the list, like at number 6. I would have maybe, even if it's a ranking or not, if it's just like something that's being done in general, like we saw with the movies, I would have still put this one at something a little more above the list because they're better albums to smoke to than Dark Side of the Moon. Let me tell you something. This album can get pretty depressing. Number 5, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Exodus. I would have maybe picked Kaya, a way better album when it comes to like for a smoke sesh. When you're like, it's a lot more upbeat, happy, and lively, and it has some amazing songs on it as well. Number 4, we have Electric Wizard, Dope Throne. I've never heard of him. Okay, so Electric Wizard's masterpiece, Dope Throne, was recorded under the influence of copious amounts of weed and booze. Okay, number 3, we have The Flaming Lips, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots. Again, another album that I'm not necessarily sure why it's on this list, but hey, to each their own. Alright, number 2, we got the Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. Okay. That's true. And number 1, Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. Okay. I mean, it does have Sweet Leaf, but I can see where they would put some of these. I think that they had a section of this list that was just like masterpiece after masterpiece that I think would have made a lot more sense to put kind of at the beginning of the list that are better albums to smoke to than these. But nonetheless, I'm just glad that they made the whole list, and you know, it makes a lot of sense. It says, are you reviewing and reacted to smoking songs today? Smoking songs, that is. Down to Skate, how are you today? Hope you're doing well. We just went through the list of the best weed albums of all time. Okay, it's supposedly the best albums to smoke to, but the title they put on the absolute website thing was like the best weed albums of all time. And again, I don't agree with all of these albums. Some of these are just some of them I haven't heard, so I'm not going to judge them. Some of them I've heard, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend them to someone for their like smoke session, whatnot. But we did go through the list of the like best movies to smoke to. That one was pretty interesting. This album being that's a bit. This one says so. A lot of the albums will be repeated, but I like this list a little more. This is from RollingStone.com, the 40 greatest stoner albums. And again, after this one, I'll end the stream. This is from Pink Floyd and the Grateful Dead to Massive Attack and the Flaming Lips. So now I would have added a Massive Attack album personally to that list, but nonetheless, it was still a great list that we went through. Let's see what Rolling Stone, who are supposedly supposed to know a whole lot more about music, say about albums that should be the 40 greatest stoner albums. Okay, number 4, we got number 40. We have Wilco, Sky Blue Sky. You know, I'm not gonna judge Wilco. I have heard the band before, but I don't know enough about them to be able to say if this is a good album or not. If you've heard this album before and you think it's a great smoke sesh album, then let me know in chat. I personally don't. I've never heard it, so. Os Mutantes. This is a Brazilian pop and Anglo-American rock. Never heard it. See? Discover some great things like this as well. Okay, so in the previous list we saw Beach House, Depression Cherry. Here they're picking Beach House, Devotion. Great album. It's more. This album has a more 70s feel to it, I guess, like more like a 70s kind of like dream popish electronica feel to it, but still makes for a great album. I personally would have still stuck with the one that we saw on the previous list of Consequence of Sound with Depression Cherry. I think Depression Cherry is a way better album when it comes to smoking. 37, we have David Crosby, If I Could Only Remember My Name. I'm not going to judge this album, but let me see. It says that like a Superstone's campfire jam with an A-list of Cali hippie rockers, including Joni Mitchell, excellent, absolutely love Joni Mitchell, and most of the Grateful Dead, not a fan, love Jefferson Airplane and CSNY, this hazy solo project by the Altered Consciousness Overachiever sounds like it was pretty much made up on the spot. Interesting. 36, Fleet Foxes. This is a great album. I love this album. Fleet Foxes is on tour, and they had a special secret opener, and it was Joanna Newsom. And wow, I absolutely love Joanna Newsom. And she debuted some new songs, so it seems as though we're going to be getting some new Joanna Newsom music, which is pretty awesome. See, they added the same at number 35. It's a Sigur Rós, so it's, I didn't say the name of the album previously, but I think it's I Get Us Björgen, a Virgin. Came in at number 35. Sigur Rós, excellent album. Just again, I guess I'm gonna have to maybe hear it again later on after I'm done when I smoke again, because I've heard the album like just like on its own like that, but then again I don't know, I always smoke, so I guess I have heard it under the cannabis influence, but I'm gonna give it another shot, because if it's on both lists, cool. 34, Faraside, the bizarre ride to the Faraside. Any of their albums are amazing to smoke to, or just listen to in general, so yes, highly recommend. 33, the Congos, Heart of the Congos. Highly recommend as well. Anything produced by Lee Perry, highly recommend. Herbie Hancock, at number 32, Headhunters. Very good, love it. Excellent musician. Number 31, we have King Sunny Aid, The Classic Years. I don't know this artist. He recorded from 1967 to 1974, well over a decade before the master of Nigerian juju was being billed as the next Bob Marley. These lush, iridescent workouts are simply some of the sticky, ickiest jams ever recorded anywhere on Earth, in any genre. Again, with the Flaming Lips album, Yoshimi battles the Pink Robots. Oh, Yoshimi. I don't know. I don't like that album enough like that to include it in a list like this. 29, Meat Puppets, Up on the Sun. Don't know it. So, Arizona Punk Rockers. Okay, I'll check them out. See what's up. Obviously, we already talked about Dr. Dre, The Chronic. 10 out of 10. Excellent album to smoke to. Yes. Another round of applause. Miles Davis, Bitches Brew. This is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. If you like that cosmic jazz, if this is Miles Davis doing something completely different, and I absolutely love this album. Highly recommend. Oh, thank you so much. It's Lethal. I appreciate those on-screen hearts. I'm having just some difficulty with this camera. It's not keeping up with my voice. But again, Miles Davis, Bitches Brew. Highly recommend. Number 26, Outkast, Aquamini, bruh. Anything Outkast, period. But their first 3 albums, including this one, bruh. You can just... Actually, I'd recommend just put them all on a playlist, spark up a few times, bro. You're gonna have such a great time. It's an amazing album. My wife absolutely loves this album. Hell yeah, shout out to her. Number 5 is Kiss, Welcome to Sky Valley. Okay, twice. Same, haven't heard this band, but came out on this list and came out on the previous list as well. So definitely gonna give it a shot. You already know how I feel about D'Angelo's Voodoo. 10 out of 10. Another round of applause. Number 23, we have My Morning Jacket with Z. Okay. Number 22 is My Bloody Valentine, Loveless. Okay. Yes, number 21, Massive Attack, Protection. Anything Massive Attack you can hear while smoking. Especially some of their newer albums. Bro, they're really good. I highly recommend. Dude, Martina Topley Bird, she has an incredible voice. She's a female voice that normally sings with Massive Attack. Dude, brilliant. Absolutely love this album, Protection. Number 20, Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Oh, I'm curious that they picked Paranoid for this list, but for the previous list, number 1 was Masters of Reality, that has a Sweet Leaf. They're all amazing albums. I saw them live for their The End tour here in Oakland, California, and dude, it was amazing. Albeit, Ozzy is already there, but all in all, it was pretty great. You can check out my concert video I did recently of it, and over on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel as well, and you'll enjoy. It's snippets of 2 songs that I was able to record. Nice. Number 19, Augustus Pablo, East of the River Nile. Perfect. Again, anything that has Lee Scratch Perry involved in it. He was one of the producers of this. Give it an automatic listen, because it's gonna be good. Number 18, Talking Heads, Remain in Light. Sorry. Come on now. There's not much we can say about Talking Heads. This album's great. They just make great music. Oh, they used to make great music. But David Byrne is definitely a musical genius. Yes, he is. I love this album. Number 17, Kraftwerk, Trans Europe Express. If you don't know, Kraftwerk, they are attributed... they're called like the grandparents of like electronica and whatnot, and they are pioneers in the electronic production game. So definitely must be respected, Kraftwerk. So I can understand why they're on this list. Maybe not that album specifically, but I get it. Nice. Number 16, DJ Shadow, Introducing. I was actually listening to this album yesterday with Wifey. Excellent album. This was released in, 98 at this point? 97, 98. Still a great album. DJ Shadow is a beast. So you can check out his music on any of the music streaming services. Pretty great. 15, Allman Brothers, Live at Fillmore. Meh. Number 14, Funkadelic, Maggot Brain. Came out on the other list as well, but you can check out anything that Funkadelic does. Yeah, just anything. This album's amazing, but anything that Funkadelic does. Number 13, Spiritualized. Ladies and gentlemen, we are floating in space. A little fun fact about Parliament, Funkadelic, and George Clinton and whatnot. I used to work at a restaurant in downtown San Francisco, and the whole band went in once. They were playing close close by, and it was only me and the cook at that time, and it was really busy, and they were really nice people. They tipped pretty well. I'll never forget that. There was another celebrity that used to go into the restaurant that was a horrible tip. I also remember that. I remember that even more. Okay, so 13 I already mentioned. Number 12, we have Brian Eno, Another Green World. Genius, a musical genius, dude. I love Brian Eno. He does like ambient music, but he's just, oh man, he just makes such beautiful celestial music. And I recently did also a review for Moss Garden by David Bowie. It's a song that he created with Brian Eno for Heroes. That's David Bowie's album. And yeah, check it out. It's on that video section on my YouTube channel. Love it. Number 11, we have Wu-Tang Clan, Into the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. Okay. Like I said before, it was on the same list as the other one that we saw previous to this one. Number 10, we have Beck, Mellow Gold. Okay. I would have picked another Beck album, maybe. But to each their own. He does have better albums that would have fit a smoke sesh a lot more than this one. I did not know that it was actually, the name of the album is, I should have put two and two together, like named after an especially gnarly strain of California weed. Number 9, Bob Marley, African Herbsman. Okay, I can see that. Again, I would have picked Kaya. I would have also picked, I mean, we saw Exodus on the other list. I would have picked maybe, besides Kaya, Burnin', Catch a Fire. Again, Animal Collective, Merriweather Post Pavilion. Okay, another Grateful Dead album, same one that was on the other list. Radiohead, Kid A. I don't know. What is it with the Beatles? Like, what is the insistence of having to add this? They're not a weed band like that. And if they were, like, I would have maybe picked Abbey Road or something like that. But these their earlier albums, like, it just doesn't fit with the list at all. Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique, excellent album, masterpiece. Again, Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon. They picked it at number 3. Number 2, what? Portishead, Dummy, bruh. One of my main goals in this lifetime is to see, because I've seen a lot of other legends, but I have not seen Sade, and I have not seen Portishead. Specifically, I have more chances of seeing Sade because she's already like working on a new album than Portishead. If you don't know Portishead, there's music and then there's them. Same thing I think about Björk. There's music and then there's like her. Like they're just something completely different. And you name it, you name a rapper, name an R&B, hip hop, rap producer, and they have used samples from Portishead songs. I mean, they were one of the main proponents of trip hop back in the 90s. What is it? I think it's like Playboy Cardi, one of the newer generation of like artists and whatnot. They have, one of them has like a song that uses Machine Gun from the third album. It's called Third by Portishead, and it's a pretty great album. They did an amazing job with that production. But the original song, this is their, I think it's their first album. This is released in 1994. Check them all out. It's 3 of them. You can check out the Live at Roseland, New York City. There's people that still talk about that concert as like that were there, being one of the best concerts they've ever been to. Kanye mentions Portishead a lot in his interviews, especially in his older interviews. He mentions them a whole, yeah. He loves the band. Like, talking about old Kanye. Dang, there's just so many people that talk about Portishead. So check them out. And yes, this album, highly recommend for a smoke sesh. This one, again, Dummy, Portishead, and Third. It's 3 albums. Just do them all. Number 1, Jimi Hendrix, Axis, Bold as Love. Okay. I can see that. I'd change this. I told you I'm a huge blues fan. I'd change this for Jimmy Plays the Blues. It's a full album that they did of live recordings of Jimi Hendrix just playing the blues, but it's just like, wow. I had that on vinyl. Holy shit, what an experience. Again, all these albums, they're really great, and this Jimi Hendrix album is really good, but that Jimmy Does the Blues, bruh, epic from beginning to end. I like this list a lot more, has a lot more great selections. I personally would have added maybe I would have added same, like I would have gone with MF Doom, Mad Villainy as well, but I would have also added the Doomsday. Let me see, what else would have added to this list that I personally think is a great smoke album. I would have added something from maybe Sun Ra. I would have added some Alice Coltrane. I would have probably added some, let's see, what else? You know what's great to smoke too? Bossa Nova. Highly recommend. Makes you feel so great. Fills your heart with such happiness. Highly recommend it. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, actually, you know what, this list kind of went through. You know, I kind of would have also changed the Dark Side of the Moon. I would have put maybe Animals, or okay, albeit it's not on an album. You can't like buy there's no LP for it. But Pink Floyd has a live performance where they do it's in Greece. Damn it. Live at Pompeii. It is one of the best musical experiences that you can have while smoking as well. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't add it here. Again, I mean, they went the safer route, both lists with A Dark Side of the Moon, but Live at Pompeii, yeah, dude. That album is amazing.